How's the Legion?
It was pretty
Packed
cool.
over there? Or
What was that?
was it busy over there?
It was actually like kind of busy, low key, but
Other students or like a whole bunch of veterans and shit?
it started out as like no as old people, and then
Yeah.
like as it got further along in the night, got a little more.
More students, more young people
Yeah.
showing up. Nice.
Hi, welcome to the Aaron It Out podcast. I'm your host, Aaron. I did a great interview with my friend and musician, Owen Sullivan, young Vandal. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the interview and the pilot of this podcast. So without further ado, let's get into it.
But you never knew. But you never knew. Yeah, you never knew. Now I'm getting to the revenue. But you never knew.
All right, welcome to the Aaron It Out podcast. This is sort of the pilot of this thing, and I wanted to sort of create a platform for some of my friends and people that maybe I'm interested in hearing what they have to say, and sort of give them a platform to air out the information that they want to disseminate, maybe air out some grievances, some things that you might be passionate about, and also, the other meaning of airing it out is sort of, I have a weird way of thinking about things sometimes, so we have to sort of go through it with my framework of mind and sort of airing it out, so to speak. Okay. So today I have a very special guest, my friend, my roommate. He is a musical artist. He's part of a band, Couch Crash. He was in another band, Lightning Strikes Twice. He's known as Young Vandal on Spotify and Apple Music. And his name is Owen Sullivan. Give it up for him.
Yeah, that's me. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. So, I'm going to ask you a few questions first about your music, because it's you make some great music, and music is one of the things that I'm very interested in. So I'd like to sort of pick your brain on some things about your music, about music in general. Just a little warm-up question. How did you feel about the Drake diss track to Kendrick Lamar?
Well, that's tough. I feel like it was better than I expected, because I have pretty low expectations for Drake's music in general, to be honest. I think Kendrick's diss was a lot better, but Drake came with some bars. That was a long song with a lot of stuff in it, a lot of details. He definitely did better than I thought, and I want to see if Kendrick replies. I hope he will, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think it was definitely a good response to what Kendrick had to say on the song Like That on the Future and Metro Boomin album.
Yep.
But I am curious to see what Kendrick Lamar has to say in response to all the things that Drake had to say. Some of them were pretty nasty, so we'll see what he has to say.
For sure.
So now getting into sort of your music, how would you describe the music that you like to make?
That's tough. I like to make a lot of different kinds of music, kind of. I mean, obviously, with my band, I make more like rock type music. Started out sort of like pop punk, and it's gotten a little bit more like emo, alt rock adjacent now. Myself, Young Vandal, I rap. It's sort of like a weird, like cloud rap, sort of, is what I would call it. But the weirdest part is like the themes. Sometimes I just rap about like random fantasy stuff and like, I don't know, just all sorts of weird things.
So tying in your outside interests, like
Yeah.
in sort of those fantasy realms, and like tying it in with another interest of yours, hip hop,
Yeah, of
and
course.
sort of making a new and exciting,
Yeah, like fusion of genres.
fusion of genres. Exactly. Yeah. So that's really cool. What would you say is like your favorite genre right now to be making music in?
Well, right now I'm really tapped in with my band. We're trying to get an EP out over the summer. So we've been doing a lot of recording for that. So that's more of that like alt rock, shoegaze, emo kind of music.
Okay. Do we have a release date or a album title?
Not yet
No?
for either. We
Okay.
have like a track list and we have all the songs that we've written.
Okay.
And we're just trying to record them all piece by piece.
Gotcha.
We have two of them almost completely done, and we're thinking we'll have like four more songs that are in the progress of being recorded. But as for a release date and like album title details and stuff, none of that yet.
Gotcha. Well, we'll get the scoop soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep on the lookout for that. We'll put their band handle, Instagram handle
Yeah.
in the description.
Couch Crash, we have one single out already.
Yeah.
It's called Skin. We have another one coming out soon called Waste.
Okay.
And then the whole EP will drop.
Do you guys have any music videos out?
No music videos yet, but that will be coming soon.
Ooh, coming
both
soon.
of the other members of my band are like film majors in college, so
Awesome.
they definitely are going to want to get some music videos going.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll cut to a clip of your song, your recent song that you guys released, Couch
Yes.
Crash.
The mirror reflections hold their judgment in the eyes, and the image of her to scrape off all the portrait of mine.
That was such a great song. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's amazing.
Like I'm baffled, honestly. So talking more about like what influences your music, you were talking a little bit about like the fantasy genre and sort of the subject matter being that in the music. Would you say that you have any sort of stylistic influences from other artists in terms of maybe delivery, sound, or even subject matter?
Yeah. For sure, my biggest music influence for my solo music recently has been an artist called Blade
Blade.
from Sweden, and the Drain Gang.
Okay.
They make sort of like that cloud rap, auto-tune, melodic music, but they often have sort of like weird esoteric themes in there
Okay.
that isn't exactly what you would expect in a normal rap song. I mean, they like flex and show off all sorts of stuff too, but a little more of that other stuff. I also really like Earl Sweatshirt. His sort of musical style and lyric themes also influenced me a lot.
Yeah. I really like Earl Sweatshirt. Did you like his most recent album, Voyeur Dire, or it's
Yeah,
Latin?
yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I did like that one a lot. The collab with The Alchemist.
Yeah. Do you have any sort of influences from The Alchemist? Because I hear some of that, like especially in your beat selection, like
Yeah.
some of that like eerie and I don't, sort of like spooky type of
Yeah, definitely.
beats.
Definitely. Yeah, I love The Alchemist. Great producer. I'm probably most a fan of his stuff with Earl Sweatshirt, but his stuff with everyone is great.
You should check out some of the stuff he's done with Action Bronson.
yeah.
They're pretty tight, those two. And actually, Action Bronson has this cooking show where Alchemist is on it sometimes. Or it's not a cooking show. Well, kind of a cooking and eating, sort of like a Guy Fieri diners,
Yeah.
drive-ins, and dives, but it's his version, his own spin, and it's called F That's Delicious.
I think I've heard about that.
Very good show. You should check it
I'll
out. But you get
definitely check
a sort of glimpse into the Alchemist's personality, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I also love food, so it sounds right up my alley.
what's your favorite kind of food?
Damn, hit me with the tough questions. I mean, right now I've been eating a lot of like teriyaki chicken.
That's true. I think I mentioned before we are roommates. Whenever this guy's in the kitchen, it smells so good.
It's always like some stir fry, chicken, rice. Yep.
Yeah, you can't smell it through the audio here, but trust me, good cooking. So in your band, I'm sure that there's a lot of like team dynamics and sort of things like the way that maybe group in school would have to work together to create a project. I'm
Yeah.
sure you have to work similarly with your bandmates. Do you ever find challenges in terms of the logistics and the like
Yeah.
follow through of that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've known the members of my band forever, so that's a good thing, I feel like. So no matter what like really happens, we always like know that we'll be there for each other. But definitely it can get annoying sometimes when people are like distracted or when they're just not even showing up on time for practice and just like not practicing songs that we said we were going to practice, stuff like that. And creatively, sometimes it's difficult. Like when we're writing a new song, someone will have an idea and someone doesn't like that idea, and we'll just have to like talk it out back and forth. And it's also kind of weird because we kind of have two lead singers. I'm one of the lead singers, and the guitarist, my friend Thayer, is also like one of the lead singers.
Shout out to Thayer.
Yep,
Instagram
shout out there for sure.
in the description.
So when we're writing a new song, sometimes we have to be like, is he going to sing this one? Am I going to sing this one? So we have to sort of work that out.
Do you, if you like, say you're the one to write a song, do
Yeah.
you feel like you're partial to that song and you want to be the one performing that, or is it like case to case?
It's a little bit of both. I definitely have like a soft spot for the songs that I write lyrics for and all that. But I love all the songs that we make. All the songs that Thayer writes and that the drummer Joey writes are also great. So I love all of our songs pretty equally.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty interesting because in the genre of hip hop, generally speaking, it's like frowned upon to have people like doing songwriting for you, like for the
Yeah.
performer. But in other genres, it's very widely accepted, and it's actually a part of the writing process. It's like you want to be workshopping with your band members. You want to sort of like to get the feel that everyone wants to convey with the music. So it's interesting that hip hop and like rap music has limited itself so much by, you know, not having that collaborative spirit.
Grab some water really quick.
Yeah, sure. Technical difficulties, folks.
All right, sorry about that.
All good.
Started choking on absolutely nothing.
It's okay. I'll cut it together to make it look like I asked you a really hard-hitting question and you started crying.
I like what you were talking about, though. Is it still rolling? Can I just jump?
Yeah,
back
it's still
into it?
rolling.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think hip hop as a genre is very focused on like the lyrics, the lyric writing, which makes it unique in terms of other music. Because a lot of other music, I feel like the artist is making like the instrumental part and writing the lyrics, when often in hip hop it's like there's a producer and then there's like the rappers. And if it's like a band, they're going to be credited all together for producing. I mean, usually there's other producers too, but producing and writing the lyrics and singing. When in like a hip hop song, other artists will be like featured on there a lot more than in other genres. So like each lyricist is being credited separately, which I think is really unique.
Interesting. Yeah, and I feel like there's also this sort of competitive side of hip hop where it's like,
For sure.
since its conception, it's been all about who can have like the coolest, the dopest, the best sounding, the best content, like in your verse, in your like raps.
Yep.
So to have someone else write them for you and then to just perform them is sort of taking away from that essence. Whereas in like a more collaborative songwriting process in a band, you're sort of performing it all together. So it's like sort of even better to be writing it all together.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. So we've covered some music things, covered a little bit about, you know, your interests and all that. But we haven't gotten to airing out the real gossip, and I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. So
Do I?
Owen here. Owen and I are from the same hometown, so we went to the same schools growing up, and we were actually in the same kindergarten class.
Crazy.
So I want to know, what do you remember from Miss Smart's class and from the antics that you and I got into?
That's crazy. That's a long ways back. That's like, damn, when even was that? Like 2008?
2008. So
That's crazy.
over
I was
10
a
years ago.
I was a bad kid in kindergarten. I got a lot of pink slips. Got sent down to the principal's office quite a few times. Some of them for good reasons. Some of them not great reasons. I remember one time a kid bit me, and I punched him in the face really hard,
Ooh.
and his nose started bleeding. And we both went to the principal's office. That was probably my most justified one.
That's
The other ones were just me being weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. I feel like we all did things in that age that
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, we're just trying to figure out the world. So
Exactly.
when I threw a big Duplo block, one of those big Legos, and I threw it straight at you,
Yep.
and Miss Smart saw that, she cut me off from Smarties for the entire year. So she used to do this thing where she would give out the little Smarties, the little pieces of sugar candy, if people did good things in the class. And there was times where she would hand them out to everyone, every single person in the class, and then skip over me just because I threw a Duplo block at this
That's
kid.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I think she had it out for me. But,
Yeah. Having it out for like a 5-year-old, that's wild.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I were a teacher, I could definitely see myself having beef with a 5-year-old, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they're coherent enough to know like what they're doing. I know they don't have that much empathy yet, but
Yeah. Would you have beef with yourself as a 5-year-old?
ooh, I think I'd be very annoyed. But I
Yeah.
think I'd have the patience for it, like knowing myself now and like everything. But
I don't think I would get along very well with 5-year-old me.
I wouldn't get along well, but I'd be able to tolerate. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be kicking 5-year-old me or anything like that. But in the spirit of airing out grievances and sort of gossip, and you being my roommate,
Yep.
which of our roommates do you think is the messiest?
Damn. That's tough. I'm a little sick, so.
Yeah.
All right. Our messiest roommate. It's got to be either Alden or Chan. None of the Maynard people, and Ben wouldn't do that. Ben's pretty clean. I think definitely Alden and Chan leave the most like dishes in the sink and out on the table on the island, shit like that, stuff like that.
It's okay. I can do it.
I'm gonna say probably Alden.
Interesting. I think so as well, but I'm gonna vote for Chan
Okay.
in the interest of keeping
Yeah,
it
just keep it
keeping
keep it
even.
fair.
But yeah, no, I feel like we're all college students. We're all pretty messy.
Yeah,
but
for
it's-
sure.
So it's kind of a toss up, but you know,
Yeah, every week it's a different person's mess.
yeah. And also, we have another roommate that's 4-legged that leaves.
Oh, true. I
pretty
didn't even
big
think about
mess.
Angie.
I'd probably give it.
She's
to
probably
her.
the messiest. Yeah.
For context, Alden is training a service dog named Angelina, and she's very cute, very great, awesome, good girl, everything. She sheds fur like it's nobody
oh, yeah.
business.
It's
nobody's
everywhere, all over
business.
the house.
It's so bad.
No escaping it.
Yeah. Ooh, I do have a couple other like music questions. So
Okay, yeah.
in terms of like distributing your music, how do you go about doing that? Do you use one of those services like DistroKid
I do.
or something like
I
that?
use DistroKid.
Okay,
Yep.
nice. Could you like give a quick explanation of like what DistroKid
Yeah.
is?
DistroKid is like a third-party music distributing service that anyone can sign up for. and it's like a yearly subscription. And I have like a middle tier subscription where I can just upload as much music as I want to like Spotify, Apple Music. There's like 20 different platforms, so I can upload as much as I want every year. So yeah, that's pretty helpful. Before that, I used another one called like Record Union or something, and it was horrible. It was really hard to like edit your releases after you sent them in, and yeah, just wouldn't recommend it.
Gotcha. I've heard TuneCore is also good, but I've heard the best things about DistroKid.
Yeah, DistroKid's the biggest one, I think, and it's just the most reliable.
Because I myself like to make music sometimes, and I haven't like.
Yeah, you got to drop.
I haven't gotten around to like releasing anything, so I need to like work on making a DistroKid account and
For sure.
all that. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking into. Another thing I'm looking into, sort of a segue, is when you're marketing your music, do you find that there's certain like platforms or channels that you gravitate to, or that you find more engagement or things like that?
That's tough.
No, you're good. Take time.
All right. Probably the most engagement is through YouTube. Like that's where I get the most views. My Instagram is where I have like the most connection with like actual people who enjoy my music, I think. Like I get like comments and shit on there. Where on YouTube, it's usually just like random people seeing my music, but it'll get a decent amount of views. And then like Spotify, Apple Music, of course, those are like the highest amount of actual like streams and stuff. But I don't really do a lot of promotion on there other than just like the algorithm itself, like pushing that on other people.
Gotcha. Have you ventured into like TikTok or anything like that?
I haven't really. I've posted like a couple TikToks, but I haven't like actually tried to like promote my music on there. To do that, I feel like you have to upload pretty regularly to like build up an actual audience.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do like an Instagram Reels thing with my band right now. Trying to upload just videos of us playing different songs and things. But that hasn't really taken off too much either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, consistency is key. So
Yeah,
keep
for sure.
keep it on, and hopefully one will blow up, and then they'll see that you have this bank of other content, and they'll go enjoy that. So
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And hopefully if we get some more music videos done, hopefully over the summer, and when our actual EP comes out, I'll be doing a lot more promo for that.
yeah, that'll definitely help, having that like concrete content to clip out and put onto different channels, which
For sure.
what I'm trying to do here with the Airing It Out podcast.
Here's a little promo right here.
So, Couch Crash will be dropping sometime very soon, an EP.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on Airing It Out.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
It's a lot of fun.
being a part of the pilot, and we'll catch you guys next time.
But you never knew. But you never knew. Yeah, you never knew. Now I'm getting to the revenue. But you never knew.